In this video I'm going to take you through how to create a virtual machine that is Windows Server 2008 R2. So I'm going to use a software called VMware. Okay, so VMware Workstation. So I'll create a new virtual machine. I'll go to File, New Virtual Machine. Okay, typical. I'll select the first one, which is typical. Create a workstation 11.0 virtual machine in a few easy steps. So these are steps I'm going to take you through. Then you click next. Okay, install disk. Yeah, if you have your virtual machine on a CD-ROM, you just install the CD-ROM and then you select this. Okay, or installer disk image file ISO. You can also, if you have an image on your laptop or your PC, you can also select here and then you browse the image and then you go and select it. You can also decide to choose the third option, which is I will install the operating system later. So I will select this one and go to next. Okay, so over here select a guest operating system. So it is telling you to choose the operating system that you want to install. Microsoft Windows, Linux, and all these OS are here for you to choose from. So in this case I'm going to choose Microsoft Windows, and then when it comes to the version, I will select, if you want to create Windows 7, you choose Windows 7. So you just select from the options given here the type that you want to install. So I will select Windows Server 208. You can choose Server 208 R2 64-bit, or any of them can work. Okay, so I've selected my version, Windows Server 208. I've also selected Microsoft Windows because Windows Server 208 is Microsoft. Okay, so I will select the next. Okay, virtual machine name. So you can give the name, any name that you want to your virtual machine you are creating. So in this case, I'm going to maintain the Windows Server 208 as it is, and then this is the location you want to install the Windows. So you can browse and change the location you want. I'm going to maintain my Windows, the location here. I'll go to next. Okay, so specify disk capacity. It is telling you to give the size of hard drive you want to use for the virtual machine you are creating. So I'm going to maintain this. You can decrease it, you can turn it to 30 or you can make it 20, but I'm going to choose 40. And then I'll maintain the default settings here. Split virtual disk into multiple files. Store virtual disk as a single file. So I'm going to maintain this one and click on next. Ready to create virtual machines, but you can customize your hardware settings if you want. Since I didn't assign any image to my CD-ROM, or I will come here, that's customize, and change anything. You can add any hardware device to the virtual machine by clicking on the add here, or you can edit the ones you have here. So memory, I'll give my virtual machine 1 GB memory. You can also increase it here. You can make it 2 GB or 3 GB at this area. Processor too, you can also specify the number of processor you want to use. You can choose 2 GB or like 2, 3, 4, 5 something here. CD-ROM. Okay, so in this case, here is where you assign an image to your server or your virtual machine. So in case I will select use ISO image file because I don't have my image on CD. So I will select this one and browse. So I have all my ISOs here. I'll look for server 208 and then select. You have server 2012 here, plenty. Enterprise, so this one SQL. You have server 2012 here. We also have Microsoft Windows Server 208 R2 86 bits, which is 32-bit OS. I also have 64 bits here, so I'm going to select this one, which is the 64 bits, and then click on open. Okay, so my ISO file is selected or has been assigned to the CD-ROM. Okay, my network adapter, you can select any of these network connections here. Bridge connected directly to the physical network. NAT used to share the host IP address. Host only, a private network shared with the host, and a custom specific virtual network, and the LAN segment. So I'll maintain the NAT here. USB, I want the USB to use the USB of the physical machine. Sound card to, I want to use the sound card of the physical machine. Printer to the same. That means when I connect any printer to the physical machine, the virtual machine too can also use it. So if you want to add any hardware to it, you can click on add. You can add any port, any hardware that you want to add to your distance. You can also add it. So let me add this one, serial port. Use physical serial port on the host. Okay, finish. It has been added. Good. I can add additional more. Printer is already there. Floppy drive, I don't going to use floppy drive. Power port, let me add that one too. Okay, good, they are all there. So I'm done. I'll click on close. Now that everything is done, I'll click on finish. Good. When you reach this stage, then you can power on the virtual machine and then run the installation. So when we have the power on this virtual machine, or if you want to make any changes again, you can go to edit virtual machine settings. But in this case, I want to use all the settings that I've done already. I like it that way, so I'll just click on power on this virtual machine. Good to go. Cannot connect the virtual machine because no corresponding device is available on the host. Okay, do you still want to try to connect the virtual machine? No. My installation has started. Look at this. So click in the virtual screen to send keystrokes. So if you want to, you press on Control Alt, so I can use the cursor. So install Windows Server 208 as you would on a physical computer. So this is the same procedure that you can use to install Windows Server 208 on a physical computer. I'll make it full screen, okay, so that I can see it well. So this is the same procedure you use to install OS on a physical machine. You click next, and then install now. Setup is starting. So select the operating system you want to install. So these are the various operating systems you can choose from. You have Windows Web Server 208 R2 core installation. Core installation means it's only install the core features of the Windows, not full installation. You also have the full installation of the Windows Web Server 208. So I'll choose enterprise full installation so that I'll get all the features that I want from my server. Okay, so Windows Server 208 R2 enterprise full installation 64-bit. I'll go to next. I accept the license terms. I'm not going to upgrade it, or if you want to upgrade it, maybe you have lesser version and you want to upgrade it, you can select upgrade or custom. So in this case, I will select custom. This the size of my hard drive here. I'm not going to partition this. If you want to partition it, go to drive option and then go to new and then you divide it. But in this case, I'm not going to partition anything. I'm not going to use the 40 gig, and then you select go. Okay, so that is all the information we need right now. It is copying the files and expanding the windows as well. So we are waiting for this process to finish. That it will read from 0 to 100%. So as I said, my name is Judando, and I'm also a student as well. I'm just using this opportunity to take you through how to create virtual machines using VMware Workstation. You can use this one to create any virtual machine that you want. You can use to create Windows 7, Linux, any operating system that you want. You just choose the operating system that you want to create, and then you are good to go. So as you are waiting, So we are still waiting for the installation to finish. I'll back. Welcome back. So the thing has finished and it has restarted by itself. Set up a starting services. Okay. So it is now completing the installation. So when you are creating the virtual machines, just like on the physical device, it will restart itself several times. So that's how it is. So it has finished, and then it has restarted again. Face use. So the user's password must be changed before logging on the first time. So I'll create a password. Okay. Go. Okay, so this is the interface of. This one is the initial configuration task. So there's few things that you should do on the server initially, so that your server can start working. So you can configure the networking and provide computer name and domain. So configure networking means you should assign IP address to the server, and I'm also supposed to activate the Windows, set my time zone here. So in this case, I'll configure the networking. That's I'll assign IP address to my server. Right click on the local area connection, go to properties, Internet Protocol version 4, then you click on properties again, obtain IP address automatically, but I'm going to assign the IP address myself. So use the following IP address. I'll give it 192.168, let's say 10.1. 10.1.255. That's the default subnet mask. Use the following DNS server addresses. Preferred DNS server. So you can I'll provide the same. Okay, let me leave it like that. I can do it later. So you can even put the same thing, since this server is going to contain the DNS. So 192.168.10.1. Alternate DNS server. We don't have any second DNS server, so we're going to maintain it like that. So I'll set up my IP address. Then I'll click OK, close. I'll go and provide computer name and description. I'm going to change server 1, server 1. That's my name. Work group domain. I've created a domain. DC is domain controller. You must restart your computer to apply these settings. Okay. Close. Restart now. Okay, so Control Alt delete, cancel, Control Alt insert. Okay, so you log in as administrator. I want to, okay, we are good to go. Okay, you can see that it's taking a small portion of the screen. That means the VM2 is not installed. So all that you need to do is install the VMware VM2s so that the server can take the whole screen of the physical machine. So these are the initial setup or settings I will do. For now, I'll also activate my Windows. So I'm not going to show this message again. I'll close it. So this is my screen. Okay. Let me close the console. Okay, so that's it. I'm going to install the VMware tools. When you come here, you see install VMware tools, meaning I want some tools to be installed so that my server will work normal or take the full screen of the physical machine. Install. Remote desktop is disabled. Server manager is disabled. Product ID not activated on run. Okay. Next, install the program features used by this virtual machine, virtual VMware product. Install all program features. Select this option if you intend to run this virtual machine on multiple VMware products. Then go to complete. Next. So this VMware tools includes so many tools. It will also install some drivers as well, which the virtual machine will need. So as you can see, it's installing so many drivers. Good. Yeah, good to go. Now my virtual machine has taken the full screen of the physical machine. Okay. Let me restart the machine again. Okay. So that some drivers will be applied. So if you want to use the cursor on the screen, just click on Control Alt, and then the cursor will be active on the virtual machine. Oh, this is my Windows 7 virtual machine. Okay, Control Alt Insert. Control Alt Insert. Okay, password. Good. This is my server 208 R2. I'm done with the installation. As I said, my name is Jude Andor. I'm going to activate the Windows, but I'm not going to add it to this recording. My name is Jude Andor, and I'm a student at University of Education, Winneba Kumasi campus, and offering an IT program here, level 300 students. I'll be coming your way with so many tutorials on server administration. So this is my first tutorial, that is how to create the virtual machine on server 208 R2. Thank you for watching this video. Your views and comments are welcome. My next video will be how to do or how to install domain controller on the server and how to configure it. Thank you very much for watching.